Hey, what's up guys, Jolty is near. I hope everyone's having a great Easter, and welcome to episode 3 of Top 5 Steam Profiles. And this series is partnered with Dope Profiles, the Steam group, so make sure you check them out on Steam, join their group, links will be in the description down below. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on post notifications, and smash that like button. And I'd appreciate it if you guys could help me out. If you go onto my Steam profile, click on more, and then follow. I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers on Steam. Links will be down below. If you go and do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said, the first profile is Artixus, and his profile was actually entered into the group discussion on Steam. So at the top profile entries, if you post your profile link in here, then I'll be sure to check your profile out, and you might be entered into one of these episodes. So I'll post the link to this discussion down below. So his name is .artixus, and his profile picture looks kind of cool. It's a little bit minimized here, and on the outside it's like an invisible kind of background here. His name here is actually mirrored to his name on this side, which is kind of cool. It's like really glitchy. And down in his artwork showcase, it's all glitchy. It's cool because he lined up these sides perfectly, so there's actually like all these cuts in it, instead of just this one cut on the side on the right. There's actually 1, 2, 3 on the main artwork, and then the original right here. I like how the background glitches and like the front portion doesn't, like these little images, because it helps them stand out quite a bit. And if we scroll down a little bit to his screenshot showcase, it shares the same glitchy artwork style. There's this figure in the background that has wings, and over the chest it says Archer. In the center there's a spinning star, then there's the glitchy artwork at the top, and then it's kind of split here because it doesn't follow the same glitch as the top. This middle part, it kind of separates the bottom from the top. And I like that. It's very unique, and it goes really well with his artwork showcase. Maybe a tiny improvement that he could make is changing the title of the artwork to maybe invisible or like a dot or something, like one of those circles, because this one's 3 dots and this one's a question mark. Maybe he could make them the same, but regardless of that, it's still really nice. Then down below, we have the badge collector, and it shows a bunch of black and white stars here, and there's a circle one too. These share the same artwork style as the rest of his profile too, they blend in real nicely. Then we have this emoticon artwork in his items up for trade. There's actually no items here, so it's basically just an emoticon artwork showcase, and it's kind of like this hooded figure, like a person wearing a hoodie maybe, but there's no face or anything. Below that, the achievement showcase, showcasing Just Me, and these achievements are from the game Zep 3, which have a bunch of great letters in them, and the item showcase shows a bunch of backgrounds that are just black and white just like his profile. It really blends in nicely. Then his favorite game here is black and white, and it blends in quite nicely as well. And under that is his workshop showcase. And this is a really long picture for a workshop showcase because it goes down all the way down to the very bottom here. Now I'm not 100% sure how he did that, but I think there's actually an item right here that you can click on to the left of the center because it pops up this little question mark, and you can actually click on this and it takes you to an error page because this guide is actually private. But I think he just extended one picture quite a bit, and that kind of signals the end of his profile, except after that there's another guide showcase which showcases 2 guides that he made, and they're actually pretty nice guides. I actually checked them out, but they're quite helpful, and after that it's just the end of his profile. So overall, a really great profile. He's level 90 as well, from Poland, and let's go on to the next profile. The second profile's name is Virus TM, and his info box at the top, it's pretty cool how he has these corner pieces and warning. This is a very red styled profile, everything's red on it. He has a back band, but it's from such a long time ago that it probably doesn't matter. And this actually follows the same kind of artwork style as the previous profile because it's really glitchy, except instead of a only black and white theme, it's more of a red and more of an end of world like hacking style to it. So pretty similar to the previous profile, and I like how he did this artwork showcase. Down below is his screenshot showcase, and this is actually quite a cool screenshot showcase because it's a person here and they're actually moving a little bit, and it's looped pretty nicely. It has some particles coming in that are barely visible, and I like how the title of his screenshot showcase here is a biohazard symbol. It's pretty small, but it blends in quite nicely with the rest of his profile. And his workshop showcase says his name here, and it says virus, then detected, virus, infected, and it shows these biohazard symbols on the right and left, and they spin around it. That's really nice. I like the background to it, how it's always moving. It kind of looks like a watery feel. And then down below in his items up for trade, it shows his name again, Virus, but I like how they're a little bit different. It adds a little bit to his profile. And then in his items up for trade, he has some emoticon art showing off his name again, and it actually shows like an operating system text here, like an error has occurred, and this is quite unique. I can only see this looking really nice on his profile. It fits quite well with his whole profile. And down below is his info box, it says his name once again, Virus, and it shows some information. And at the top of the info box, it says 99 complete installing virus info, and then below that it actually shows a bunch of info about him, so it lines up pretty nicely here. The text is a little bit hard to read. It's like a handwriting font. I'd say it works well on his profile, but it's still a little bit difficult to read. Maybe he could change that, but I still like that quite a bit. And then below his info box, he actually has the achievement showcase. These letters are from Zup 4, and it spells out his name once again, and on the edges it shows these trophies. The item showcase below that shows a bunch of red backgrounds here, and these ones would all look pretty nice on his profile because they're all the same theme as the red style. And down below we have the workshop showcase, and it says his name once again, and it says you are infected, and this was created by Virus. I think this was just made just for his profile. It's not really an actual guide or anything. Then his guide down here, how to get rid of virus. I think this is another gift just to put on his profile to make it look a little bit better. And he has a group that has one member in it, so I think it's probably just him. It says his name once again in the picture, and below that there's just comments. So I really like the theme of this profile. It really brings the whole thing together because it's all red and glitchy. And I'd like to know what you guys think about these profiles down below in the comments. It'd be really nice to hear your guys' opinions. So on to the next profile called Aliton TM. I think these are Chinese letters, and it's actually pronounced like this.
若是
So I wouldn't know that without Google Translate. This is a stark contrast to the previous profile. This is all blue, and before it was just all red. So this is another really great profile here. He's level 150, and the badge for 150 is actually blue, so it blends in really nicely with this blue background for the Steam Enhanced Edition on the browser. It has a little bit of information in his info box here, and if you click on the View More Info, it actually takes you to your own profile, but it changes it to a Steam in Japanese version. So it's kind of annoying because then all the text on Steam is Japanese. You have to go into your settings to change it back, which is kind of like trolling. It's kind of weird, but I mean, maybe he could change that. Maybe he just doesn't really care. And the workshop showcase, I like this because it blends in real nice with his background here. This would actually take quite a long time to make. And yet again, we have this glitchy artwork style with the walk up to my profile workshop showcase glitch art, and I like that quite a bit. Then we have his artwork showcase, and this looks like it's custom artwork, and it's a person here with this glitchy kind of hologram looking thing here, and this is some really cool artwork, and I'm not exactly sure who made this, but I'm just going to assume that it was him. And it's actually really cool because he lined up the background with his workshop showcase, and he lined it up with his artwork showcase below that. So it would take quite a bit of trial and error to line these up perfectly because you'd have to measure out the pixels. Usually you see the artwork showcase as the first item, and he actually put the workshop showcase as the first item. And I actually think it looks really, really nice in his profile, and more people should do this because it looks so great. Below his artwork, he has his favorite group, and once again, all of the stuff on his profile is blue themed. His workshop showcase is blue themed, his favorite guide is blue themed, and his guide showcases, each one of them are made by him, except for the one in the bottom right, which still fits in quite well with his whole profile, but it stands out a little bit there. The item showcase is a bunch of blue backgrounds, and each one of these backgrounds is really nice. I think some of these cost quite a bit of money. I think the circuits is about $20. It might be $10. The items up for trade, he has the cards from the game Revolver 360, and they're all from the same game, and they all look really nice in his profile. Then he has this info box, and I like how he formatted this so nicely. Useful links on the right, moderator on the left. He has a bunch of little links to these songs on these little dots here. That might be a little bit hard to click. And down below he has the music playlist and Counter-Strike information. Below that he has some really great screenshot showcase artwork, and this looks really custom made. Everything about it is custom. Maybe if you wanted to make his profile a little bit better, he could move this up because not everybody's going to scroll down this far on his profile. Maybe he could put it below his artwork showcase, but I'd definitely move this artwork higher because it definitely deserves some more recognition. And then again, he has this blue theme with the badges in his badge collector showcase. His favorite game has a bunch of blue artwork, which fits in nicely. And then the game collector showcase, it shows featured games that all have blue artwork. And that's pretty much it for this profile. Really great profile. I like how everything is all blue and everything blends in real nicely together. Good job on your profile. And now for the second last profile, we have Shukaku, and this is an anime themed profile. It has a bunch of these particle effects with these cherry blossom flowers, I think, and then some anime characters. Blends in quite nicely with the background here, and I like how the edges are quite a nice long artwork. The art's pretty custom here. I don't think there's any movement for the actual characters here, but there's this cool animation where his name comes in. And then after that we have the workshop showcase, and this is actually quite hard to do, and it blends in really nicely with the background here. So that would take quite a long time to do, a lot of trial and error in that. And then we have some anime characters here. This cool little title pops in, and some cherry blossom flowers flow in from the bottom left again. And down below we have this info box, just a bunch of info about this person. And after that we have the screenshot showcase, which shows off even more anime characters, and then these particles overlay on the top here, which is pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. And below that we we have the workshop showcase, which is yet another animation with these flower petals and another anime person popping in, and it's a really nice fade in and out there. The favorite group, which is anime themed, and then achievement showcase, it shows off these letters from true or false, and I'm not actually sure what this says, so if you know what this says, comment down below because I'm not exactly sure. And then we have these items up for trade, which are these anime emoticons here, and I think these actually cost quite a bit for each one. I think some of these actually go up to like $20 or something just for one emoticon, so these are pretty rare. And that's it for this profile. There's just comments and games played below that. And then let's move on to the final profile, and this profile is named You. I like the top info box right off the start. It's really nicely centered, 3 links right at the top, and this profile fits in a little bit with the glitchy artwork style. It's not 100% glitchy, but it kind of has a glitchy feel to it, like these characters fading out like that with that grain. I like how it says welcome. That animation's really nice and really clean right there. But this looks like it took a really long time to make, and it blends in quite nicely with the background. These flames actually go in front of the artwork, like this spinning clock here. That would take quite a long time to make. That's actually quite advanced. It's not perfectly lined up on the edge here, which can be fixed pretty quickly if they have the original for this side piece. So maybe they can fix that in the future. It looks like it might be 5 or 6 pixels off on the edge. Then we have this custom info box, and it's a pretty clean info box here. I like how there's these blue dividers. It makes it really clean, and there's a bunch of hearts in it, these white hearts and these red hearts, just some info about them. Then they have their favorite group listed here. And on this profile, we have these items up for trade, and these are the anime emoticons, and they're actually pretty rare. I think this one's actually worth $15, the AWU, so I can imagine these other ones were worth quite a bit as well. And I like this profile quite a bit. The reason why I put it last is because it only has really one main artwork. Below that there's just a nice info box. The profiles before it had a bunch of artwork showcases, whereas this one only has one, but the one artwork on this profile looks really nice regardless of that. So maybe they could add a couple more in the future. So once again, I'd like to thank Dope Profiles for partnering with this video. They're such a great group, and I'd really recommend that you go and join them for all your artwork needs on Steam. And don't forget that if you want to be entered into the next episode of this series, you can always go to this discussion and just take your Steam ID, like this person did here, and just post it as a comment right here. So if you want to be entered, you can do that. Links in the description below. And I'd just like to thank you guys for all this overwhelming support. We've been growing consistently about like 50 subscribers a day, sometimes even more than that. It's just crazy. I never thought that we'd get here so quickly, and we're almost at 6,500 subscribers. We're just 10 subscribers away, and we've already surpassed 1 million video views in my channel overall. So this is just crazy, and I actually thank you guys so much for watching these. I never really thought that this would gain popularity like it has, but I thank you guys so much. And also, I'm thinking of doing a CSGO knife giveaway in the future, like probably in the next week, so stay tuned for that because it's going to be its own separate video. To finish things off, if you want to go and subscribe to my friend VileStorms, he's actually trying to start his YouTube channel. He has some Steam videos on here that's kind of similar to mine, but he's actually starting off, and he only has 194 subscribers. He doesn't get very many views, but if you could go and subscribe to him, he's actually starting to make more content now about Steam, and we might even collab in the future. So if you want, I'll put that link down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. And if you need any help on your Steam profile or anything like that, then you can always go into the description. This was the second episode of Top 5 Steam Profiles. The description is pretty much the same in each video. The more helpful videos section, it shows a list of a bunch of ways that you can actually improve your Steam profile. So if you need any help, just click on these links. And if you need any extra help, then just post a comment. I'll be sure to respond to it as quick as I can. It's been your boy Jolty, and I'll see you in my next episode. Peace out, guys.